Hello lovely people, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Shauna and I'm a recovering addict and I've been sober since September 27th, 2016, and today I want to talk about step 3. So if you're interested in seeing how I created this look as well as learning about step 3, then just keep on watching. Okay guys, so as stated in the beginning, we are going to be discussing step 3, which is made a decision to turn our lives over to the care of God as we understood Him. But before we get talking about that, I am going to prep my eyes, as always, with the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. And we are mainly going to be working out of the Modern Renaissance palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills today. First things first, we are going to set our primer with this beautiful nude shade here called Tempera. And I'm going to use a Morphe M433, which is just a white blending brush. Put that all over the lid. And what this will do is make sure it doesn't catch on any parts that are still liquid from the primer, as well as in a way create a blank canvas. And because I'm using the lightest shade, it will help enhance the other colors and brighten them up. I'm going to go in with this shade here. It is called Warm Taupe, and I am just using the Anastasia Beverly Hills double-sided brush that comes in each of their palettes. And I'm going to put this above my crease a little bit. I'm going to tap it on and then blend it out. So I think, and this is for me too, the biggest thing about step 3 that people have an issue with when they first hear it is the turn our will and our lives over to the care of God. And they think that means giving up control. I know I certainly did, and from attending various workshops, it sounds like that's a pretty common theme amongst addicts new in recovery. And I think it's important to note, and this is an important note for me, that all the step says is made a decision. So you don't have to do anything right now. You don't have to completely buy into it. You just have to make that decision. Interestingly enough, for myself, when I first started implementing the step, I was actually doing that without even knowing I was doing it. When I was really new into my sobriety, I was going through withdrawal, which is normal, everyone does that. And the urge to use again was so high. I couldn't think, I couldn't feel, I couldn't act. I mean, I could feel, but it was all just like anxiety. I couldn't function because all I was thinking about was how to get the next hit. And I was very snappy, I was very anxious. I mean, when you see the movies and you see people kind of rocking back and forth, that's how it felt, like what I was doing, but in my head. And so one of the tools that you learn in the 12-step rooms is to give it to God. And even though I did not have my relationship with my higher power or God that I do now, there was still something I did, because just saying the words, God, I cannot handle this and I need you to take it away, or God, I'm giving this to you, was enough of a distraction to get me away from overthinking so much about getting my drug of choice that I needed. I am going to go into Buon Fresco. It's a beautiful muted mauve color. I'm going to pop that in the crease area. actually one of the things that step 3 is spoken about in one of the 12-step literature books. We end up believing that our higher power can relieve us of our addiction. My best thinking got me to this point, meaning my best thinking kept me in addiction. So I rely on my higher power to keep me out of addiction. Next, I am going to go into this shade here called Cypress Umber. I'm going to pop that just under the crease, but blend it into it. I just want to deepen it up a bit. Another thing that people struggle with is the surrender issue. It doesn't mean we're giving up control. God gave you free will. So if that's the case, you're never fully giving up your life. All it's asking you to do is to say, you know what, I can't do this alone. My best thinking got me here. Maybe we'll try it a different way. And maybe I'll let someone help me. Doing this step correctly will lead us to one of our promises. We won't obsess over the past and we won't worry about the future. But now I am going to hop off camera. I'm going to put some concealer on my eyes to cut my crease, and I'm going to add some, so we can add some glitter to it. So I will be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. As you can see, I added some lashes, and also I wanted to show you guys the glitter that I used comes from this iMagic Professional Cosmetics palette, and I went in between this pink shade and this rose gold shade, and then I also topped it off with this Wet n Wild glitter pot. And to keep that on, I do use the NYX glitter glue, or glitter primer, whatever they call it. So I did also add some mascara to my lashes using the Benefit Bad Gal Bang. Moving on, I am going to add some black into my waterline using the Urban Decay pencil. Next, let's do our face. I think I'm done with the eyes for now. So today I'm going to prime with the e.l.f. Blemish Control Face Primer. I have not used this one in a while, so I don't really remember how it works. I am going to go into my ColourPop foundation in Fair 20. So next I am going to go in with concealer. I am going to do the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Concealer. So another thing that I like about step 3 is if you read the literature, they do go into, they meaning the authors, go into how we get to define our relationship with our higher power. Nobody can tell us what it should be. You know, some of us came from no religion, some of us came from a family where it was a fire and brimstone type of environment, and so there may be a lot of anger towards God, and we need that space to really embrace our higher power and who we want them to be. And because I was given that space, the relationship I have with my higher power is incredible. When we take the third step, what we're really doing is, like I said, we're surrendering. And if anything, if that is so bothersome, the idea of giving up control of your life, which I understand, I've been there, think about it this way. You're surrendering your old way of living. And if you've already taken the first step, which means you've admitted you have a problem and that you don't want to continue living like this, why is this step so difficult? It's the same thing. You're saying, I just want to live life in a different way. Like, obviously, my best thinking is what got me to my lowest point. So maybe we should try with some guidance. And that's all that the third step is asking you to do, is whatever your understanding of a higher power is. So again, it doesn't have to be an invisible man in the sky. It can be your group. It's just having this relationship with something that keeps you accountable and guides you through life. Moving on, we do need to set our powder, or set our concealer. So I am going to go in with the Fenty Beauty powder. Nobody is perfect at this step. I myself still struggle with wanting to surrender everything. You know, it's just, I want to be in control. I want to make the decisions for my life. I want to decide what I'm going to do. I did use the Fenty to set my concealer, but to go over the rest of my face, I did buy this e.l.f. finishing powder. It just says Fair Light. Let's go ahead and set the rest of the face. Okay, time to contour. I am going to go in with the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil in Milk Chocolate. Step 3 is when you will start to see some growth, you know, because you have let go and you have said, you know what, thy will be done, you take over, I'm gonna just sit back and do what you're telling me to do. Imagine having a mentor at work. You know, if your mentor says, you know what, you should really do it this way so that you can get that promotion, I mean, aren't you gonna do it that way? That's really the exact same thing, you know. You're leveling up and you have this thing helping you level up. So with the growth, I don't know, you just notice the world a little bit differently. The desire to engage in your addictive behavior lessens drastically. One of the biggest things I noticed in terms of growth was the ability to not lie. I mean, I would tell one lie and then tell another lie to cover up that lie and then another lie and so on and so on and so on and so on. To the point where I could lie myself to the truth, to believe what I was telling people. You'll notice you start to make recovery a priority, meaning you're scheduling in your meetings, or you know, you're really working with your therapist on your stuff, and you don't just keep putting it off to the side. You know, if they gave you a workbook, you're working on that workbook, even if you have to say, sorry spouse, I can't do this right now, I really need to focus on this in front of me. So with growth, for me, I started being honest. I really made recovery a priority. Like every Tuesday and Friday, I was going to a meeting. Okay, next we get to do my favorite part. Highlight. We are going to use the Anastasia Dream Glow Kit. I think I want to mix ethereal and unicorn. It's so pretty. Love that. Okay, I'm going to pop off camera and do my brows, and when we come back, all we have left to do is mascara and a lipstick, and we can wrap it up. Alright guys, I'm back. They are not perfect by any means, but keep trying new brow shapes because I'm in a contest right now for Benefit Cosmetics to see if I can create different styles of brows. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm struggling a bit, but we miss 100% of the shots we don't take. So I keep trying. This is a way higher arch than I would normally do, and then my brows are drastically uneven. So I have to keep like overfilling this one, so when I look at it on camera, I think I look ridiculous. Well, not on camera, but in person I think I look ridiculous. On camera it's not so bad, but I don't know. It's annoying. Anyway, I am going to go back into the Modern Renaissance palette. We are going to do a brow bone highlight. I did already wet my brush, and because we're doing a pinky look, I am going to go into the shade Vermeer. Ooh. let's go into the ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Bubbly. That's what it looks like. I'm going to go in with a Morphe M213. It's just a tight little blending brush. And I'm going to go into that Buon Fresco color again. And just do this right into the lash line. I'm going to go back into Cypress Umber and put that right underneath. Next, I'm going to go back in with the Bad Gal Bang from Benefit Cosmetics. I'm going to put that on the lower lashes. I don't know if I want to do a lip today. The chapstick I put on seems to be pretty, at least in this light. So this is the final look. Let me know what you guys think. Just to wrap up step 3, all it is making a decision. You don't need to do anything more difficult than that. Make sure you're absolutely comfortable before you move on to step 4 with this one, because everything after that, you're admitting to God and to another person. So if you don't have this relationship with your higher power that you want, the rest of them aren't really going to make much sense. It is okay to go backwards a little bit. You know, we're human. We're going to want to always be in control. Anyway, guys, let me know what you thought of this video. As always, please like and subscribe. Please share with your friends. Please follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Recovered Feminist. You can always email me at recoveredfeminist@gmail.com if you have any questions about the products I used or about recovery in general. I would prefer it more recovery, and if you want to ask me about products I used on my Instagram or Twitter. And I can't wait to see you guys on the next one.